we take a look at my newest acquisition. Now, just a short time back, I was going through some parts bins and realized I had enough parts to build another lower receiver. So, except for the buffer tube assembly. So anyway, I picked up an Anderson stripped lower from my local gun dealer, and then I ordered the buffer tube assembly from MIdway USA. It was AR Stoner heavy buffer tube for the carbine length rifle. Had basically the handguard already, had the carry handle sight off another rifle, actually my wife's, and so I thought it was time to put together a K.I.S.S rifle. Now originally I was putting the lower together for, there's a company out there that makes these upper receivers. They're a 410 shotgun, and I thought it'd be kind of novel, you know, a novelty to have one. But I was coming up short on the $500 it cost for it. So I got all the parts for it, and I was putting it together, and a friend of mine, I was talking to him about getting an upper, and he told me, he says, well, do you ever go over to PSA, Palmetto State Armory? And I said, well, you know, occasionally I pop over there, but so I did, and I got a hell of a deal on the 16-inch M4 Classic style upper, A3 I believe. Anyway, $269 on their Easter sale, plus $17 for shipping and handling, when the cheapest one I could find was right in the neighborhood of about $3.99. So needless to say, I had to jump on it. That was just too cheap to let it go by. So anyway, I thought I'd let you take a look at it, and so it's a nice little rifle, really. So anyway, let's take a closer look at it. Alright, let's take a closer look. Now, again, it was an Anderson stripped lower, a PSA M4 16-inch Classic upper. So, altogether, probably, I want to say in the neighborhood of just under $500. I managed to put this together. Like I said, I had most of the parts, so. Alright, let's take a look. Has your standard A2 birdcage flash hider, which, you know, according to Feinstein, that's evil. Then we have a 16-inch chrome-lined government contour barrel with the evil cutout for the M203 grenade launcher or rocket launcher. You know, you can pick those up at your local convenience stores. They're right next to the suppositories. So, I mean, that's how easy it is to pick them up. And then we have a standard A2 front sight. Oh, and we have the evil bayonet lug. You know, just so evil. Now, originally it had the stock, I want to say wire front loop. And I went ahead and replaced that out. Hopefully you can see it here. Because I wanted to be able to detach the sling if I needed to. So I put a sport style steel quick detach loop. I used the little stud, sling stud that goes in there. Put a couple of washers in there. And so the sling itself is, I like to use these super slings, super sling 2, excuse me. Normally I use the Vickers Blue Force tactical or combat application slings. So, but just for a regular sling, I like these super sling 2s. So, you know, can be extended pretty easily. Then we have the MI-G2, I believe it is the 17M drop-in M-lock handguard. Now for those of you that follow my channel, you may remember this. I did a video on this one about 2 years ago. The rifle that it was on, I ended up shortly thereafter putting a free float handguard on, so that just kind of went back in the package and sat in the closet. We have our A2 style carry handle rear sight. Now this did come off a PSA Freedom rifle. That was my wife's rifle. So had that. I had the trigger that out of another rifle that I replaced. I put a 2-stage trigger in, and that was your standard GI single stage. I believe it was a Stag Arms trigger. Then as far as the pins, mag release, bolt catch, all that, I had all those parts. I did put the K.I.S.S lower parts kit in it, which is the detents and the K.I.S.S pins. It does have the easy in front pivot pin. Of course, standard on all my rifles, the K.I.S.S non-rotating trigger and hammer pins. Went ahead and put a Magpul Mo enhanced trigger guard. Now this is the polymer one. And, you know, according to Feinstein, I'm surprised this isn't, you know, evil, because, you know, it gives you more room to pull the trigger with gloves on. So then your standard A2 style, A2 style grip, which, you know, sits conspicuously below the receiver. I mean, just look how conspicuous this thing is. You know, it just says evil. So, yeah. And then this was the AR Stoner heavy buffer tube, buffer, and spring castle nut end plate. I think I paid like 54 bucks for the whole setup. And then just a standard 6-position evil stock that I had in a box. Then we have the SOG butt pad. So surprised that ain't evil, you know, keeps it from slipping around on your shoulder. Funny thing about that one is I've had this actually for almost 10 years. First rifle it was on was my Armalite AR-10 A4CB, and it's just progressed to each rifle I've gotten until I put a different stock on it or what have you. So pretty good shape for 10 years. Then we have the evil 30 round magazine. Actually, it's doubly evil because we have 2 of them. Hollow points in this one, the evil XM 855 62 grain penetrators. And that one, both stainless steel mags. I believe they are AR Stoner steel mags. Never had a problem with them. They ran really good. Blackhawk buttstock mag pouch. So anyway, that's my K.I.S.S rifle. Like I said, I just wanted to build a beater. All my other rifles, you know, have hollow sights, red dots, scopes, so forth and so on. So this is just a good grab and go rifle. So I thought I'd share it with you. Well, there you have it, my friends. Just a look at my new K.I.S.S rifle. So, you know, given Feinstein and her commie flunkies, you know, just about everything on this rifle is evil, including, you know, it's black, so it's evil. I mean, just holding this makes me want to go to confession. and I'm not Catholic. Not that I'm knocking Catholic, so any of you out there, don't worry about it. It is such a joke. Anyway, like I said, you know, so it never hurts to have, you know, keep your spare parts, throw them in a box. Eventually, you'll have enough and you can throw together another rifle. So, now I know some of the die-hard or hardcore fans out there are going to say that's not a K.I.S.S rifle. You have aftermarket handguard and this and that and everything else. Well, one, I changed out the handguard because I cannot stand those glacier handguards. I mean, they're huge. They're uncomfortable to grab a hold of. I mean, and kind of going off the old saying that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, K.I.S.S is in the mind of the guy that's holding the rifle. So, you know, your version of a K.I.S.S rifle might be a little different. So, but yeah, it shoots pretty good. I'm going to make one other edition, so you'll probably see this rifle again here shortly. I got it set up basically for just close range, you know, 50 yards. And well, I'm not the best with iron sights, so I've got a couple of the K.I.S.S precision crosshair front sight posts. So stay tuned, that video is coming up pretty soon. So I think that's going to make it a lot easier for acquiring my target. Because usually, like when I'm out shooting steel, it usually takes me a couple of rounds to, you know, get it right where I need to be, and then, you know, 50 or 100 yards I can sit there and ring the steel, but I want to be able to do it just, you know, that fast. So again, stay tuned for that video. I'm looking forward to putting them on there. So anyway, so again, you know, save your spare parts. Just get a little, you know, Tupperware or a little box. Just keep putting them in there, and you never know. You know, you'll have enough to slap together a lower or even a full upper. Because that was my other thing. I was thinking about building the upper. Because I had the Delta ring, I had an A2 front sight. So, you know, and actually, being I got this, like I said, this upper from PSA at $269. I mean, you can't shake a stick at that. With shipping, it cost me, I believe it was like $286. When the other uppers I was looking at were, you know, $399. Found a few other ones, you know, around the, you know, $250, $300 range. They didn't have the bolt carrier and charging handle with it, so, you know. So anyway, if you might stop over to PSA and sign up for their daily deal emails. Just forewarning you though, it'll make you wish you had a never-ending bank account or credit card. Because I get them every day and it's like, oh, I wish I had some more money. Anyway, so there you are, my friends. Hope you like my K.I.S.S rifle, and stay tuned, more videos to come. Till next time, target on.